What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're having yourselves a great night. It's Wednesday. It's getting a little bit later here. I just put out the video for the injury report. Hopefully, you were able to catch that. Behind enemy lines, I wanted to put out last night. Fell asleep early, not going to lie to you. And oh, my Lord, it has just been a wild week already. The rain is really just getting me, but I hope you're all having a great week. Hope you're ready to get ready for this Week 4 matchup with the Eagles and Buccaneers, and I'll continue to keep you up to date with everything throughout the week. But talked about the injuries earlier. Go check that out. We're going to talk about tonight behind enemy lines, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll get to know everything about the Eagles' Week 4 opponent, their offseason roster moves, stats, rankings, standings, their depth chart, injuries, everything going on there. So let's jump right into this bad boy, but I appreciate you all hitting that like button, sharing this stuff, subscribing to the channel. Any questions, comments that you have, love to hear from you. Love to hear from you throughout the week. Any kind of score predictions, players you think are going to step up, this, that, the other thing. I'll keep you up to date with those injury videos. So keep tuning in, checking out those posts as well. But let's rock and roll. So starting us off here is looking at these all-season roster moves. And look, we know what happened the last time we saw the Buccaneers, right? The team just fell apart the second half of the season. Then we make it to the playoffs. Hey, maybe we'll get it together. And no, we're missing A.J. Brown. It sucks. Hey, we lose. So not living in the past here. We're moving on. But this team, obviously, still a lot of the same pieces. The Eagles might be without A.J. Brown. So let's talk about some of the things that have changed here since we have seen them. Well, they got Tua Opeta from us. That's a definite change. Bredesen there, Sterling Shepard, Bryce Hall, Jordan Whitehead, Tavier Thomas added. But you can see they lost Carlton Davis. Devin White comes to the Eagles to sit on the sideline. Shaq Barrett, Pat O'Connor, Ryan Neal, Aaron Stinney, Matt Eifler. So lost some pieces there. Obviously, some of those guys, pretty much all of those guys getting older. I like Carlton Davis still, but he is now with the Lions. So that's a piece they definitely lost. Unfortunately, Opeta a little banged up. You'll see about that coming up here. But those were the key pieces they added and lost in the offseason. A 9-8 season, obviously beating us and then, well, losing themselves. So, but you can see in the draft here, Graham Barton from Duke, their first pick, and then Braswell from Alabama. They get Smith, the defensive back from Georgia, Jalen McMillan, Bucky Irving, Klein, and then Colp. And I thought had a pretty damn good draft here, at least the first few picks, man. The first, 5 picks there I really like. So a good draft for the Buccaneers and definitely building themselves a contender to an extent. You know, I think when you've got an offense like that, you've got talent on defense, definitely have had some struggles on defense, but I think that they're drafting well, doing well. So it's a team you don't sleep on, that's for sure. And, you know, we're going to take a look at how they've done so far this season. And, you know, again, take this with a grain of salt, like we say, you know, throughout the year, we'll say that, but it's only been 3 weeks here. So let's take a look regardless. You can see their offense, 15th in points, 26th total yardage, 27th in rushing, 23rd in passing, giving up some sacks there, 4.3. And you can see tied for 10th in turnovers, so not too much there, but not doing too great on offense. Then defense, tied for 15th in points, 27th in total yardage, last in getting sacks there, 0.7 per game, tied for 24th in defense. So or turnovers on defense. So I think that, you know, obviously this team, they've got some work to do here. So, let's take a look here. In their division, though, 2-1. They just, you know, were doing good. They were 2-0. And then they lose this game to the Broncos, man. And ugly loss for them. But it's early in the season. You never know what could happen. So don't sleep on anybody. Everybody was sleeping on the Eagles. You remember, I tried to explain it in detail how we were going to take down those Saints, and now the Saints are 2-1. So it's not like the Bucs aren't tied atop their division, so good for them there. But you can see in the NFC, they are above us at 5, and this stuff's going to change so much throughout the season, which I love doing all the time because some of these are like different font sizes, and I can change it, whatever. But regardless, you can see Bucs at 5, Eagles at 6 there. So looking to take over our divisions, both of us, respectively, there. So you can see the Saints and Commanders up there. Commanders, so give me a break. So, hey, Jaden Daniels is good. They got some nice pieces there. So we'll talk about them very soon. So you can see how the Bucs have been doing so far this season, and they want to get right? And obviously, you never want to lose a game, especially to a team that you should beat and not get your ass handed to you like they did. So we're going to see how this staff, responds. So Todd Bowles here, head coach still. Liam Cohen there, offensive coordinator. And you can see Casey Rogers and Larry Foote still the co-DCs. Todd Bowles helping them out there. And then McGahee there as special teams coordinator. So we'll see how this staff can do. And obviously this Eagles Buck staff been talking trash as of late. And I can't wait to see this matchup. I'm actually really pumped up to see Bowles versus Sirianni and the rest of this crew. But let's go through, take a look at this team, and then we'll look at it as a depth chart, all that, a full list of the practice squad. You'll see all that. But at each position at the bottom, you'll see anyone on practice squad, or you'll see anyone on IR at the bottom there. But here are the quarterbacks: Baker Mayfield, backup Kyler Trask. So Michael Pratt on the practice squad as the emergency guy. And look, Baker's not doing horrible. He has a 74.4 completion percentage on the year so far. And, he's got 6 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, been sacked 13 times, though. So, look, man, dude's he's a gunslinger, a football player, and you got to watch out for him. So, regardless, we got to try to get some sacks. The Eagles really would love to see us start doing that against a team that gives up, so many, 4.3 per game. So, let's go out and get after Baker Mayfield, get him throwing some errant throws. That would be fantastic. Let's do that by taking away that run game. And Rachaad White, he only has 66 rushing yards on the year. Bucky Irving is back up. We talked about, a great draft pick out of Oregon, 154 rushing yards for him so far in the season, and neither of them have a rushing touchdown. So they can catch out of the backfield as well. These are guys, that I think, super talented, but a 1A, 1B. Irving will eventually take over that, job there. But they got Sean Tucker as a backup. Chase Edmonds, they brought back this year. He is on IR. They do have a practice squad running back in DJ Williams. Bucky Irving right now dealing with, I believe it was a hamstring injury, if you go check out that injury video from earlier. But we'll see. We got to shut these running backs down. Again, they can catch the ball out of the backfield, but so could Alvin Kamara. So shut those guys down. But these guys have some really talented wide receivers here. Godwin has 253 yards on the season already, 120 for Mike Evans, but Godwin's got 3 touchdowns, Evans 2. Those two are fantastic. But the rookie McMillan, he's been stepping it up. They've got Trey Palmer there, another rookie, and Cameron Johnson on the squad. Raheem Jarrett is on IR. You've got Sterling Shepard, who they signed. He's on the practice squad. They had elevated him last week, so maybe they try to use him again. But regardless, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, they are a problem. So we're going to see how the Eagles try to answer that problem, if they can shut these guys down. But we've got one of the best cornerback duos in the game. Looking forward to talking about the top matchups of this game because, we've got some talent here on the Buccaneers. And this revenge game, it's going to be sweet. So at tight end, you've got Cade Otton, Payne Durham, O'Keefe, Devin Cole. Nothing, scaring you too much here. But Cade Otton, don't sleep on him, man. He could definitely go up and get it, and he could do things to you that you don't want to see. We all know that. So Cade Otton needs to be shut down. Any of these guys, I think, the Eagles did a great job last week, but we've got a tough task ahead. And when you've got guys like Evans and Godwin drawing so much attention, you got to watch out for these tight ends and running backs. Now, on the offensive line, a talented offensive line here, too. They added Bredesen from the Giants. They drafted Barton, who was a tackle at Duke, now playing center for these guys. Got Cody Mauch. He's a stud. Gadecki's a little banged up. They've got some injuries, to Wirfs, and a couple of these guys were banged up, so go check out that injury report. But you see the backups, you see who's on IR, Opeta and DeZanzi, and they brought in Opeta to, try to be that other guard there. But Bredesen taking that job. Then you can see the practice squad there, O'Neal, Haggard, and Metz. So that was the offense. Now let's take a look at the defense here. You can see interior D lineman, obviously Vita Vea, a monster. He's a little banged up, so we're going to be looking at that. So is Logan Hall. So is Kalijah Cansey. So they've got some serious injuries here we're going to keep our eyes on because those are some studs. And if they can get all 3 of those guys fully healthy, then that is a badass offensive line or defensive line. This offensive line has a much tougher task at hand. So the Eagles, they're going to hope to continue to be able to run the ball, get it to Goddard, but, with the receivers banged up for the Eagles. So we are going to really, 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 need to step it up, protect Jalen Hurts. but these guys are some studs. So we're going to have to watch out. And then some lesser, maybe known names, but Yaya Diaby, we talked about him, last year a couple times. We played them, and we talked about this kid up and coming. He's kicking ass there, leading the way. They've got Joe Tyron Shoyinka still there, Chris Braswell, the rookie out of Alabama, Nelson Ramirez Watts. So they've got some good edge rushers here, but haven't really unlocked them yet. Last in the league in sacks, as we talked about. So don't let this be the game where these dudes unleash on you. Obviously Lane Johnson, a little banged up, so maybe Fred Johnson has to fill in for him. Becton should be good to go there, but next man up. Regardless, stats don't tell everything. So watch out. Got some talented young men there. Then off-ball linebacker, obviously no more Devin White, but they still got Levante David, his 37th year in the NFL. But Servachia Dennis there, KJ Britt, JJ Russell. You've got Greer and Vi Jones there on the practice squad. But don't sleep on these dudes. They still got talent. Levante David, he still got some left in the tank, but I'd like to see Goddard do some work to these linebackers and safeties. So we shall see. But let's get into the secondary here, finish off this defense. Jamel Dean. Talked about getting rid of Carlton Davis. We've got Tristan McCollum's twin brother, Zion McCollum there. Tyke Smith playing nickel corner for them. The defensive back out of Georgia they drafted. Tavier Thomas there from Houston. Josh Hayes. And then rookie undrafted Tyreek Funderburk. Wow. But Bryce Hall, they signed from the Jets on IR there. And then safeties, man. They got one of the best safeties in the game. He's dealing with some injuries too. He didn't practice today. So they got Antoine Winfield Jr., Jordan Whitehead, Christian Isian, Kayvon Merriweather, practice squad. You see Banks and Wisdom there. But that adding Whitehead, that's a nasty combo. So they better, hope that they have Winfield. Never want to see anybody hurt. So hopefully he'll be all right for the game. But one of the best safeties, if not the best safety in the NFL right there. Dude is a stud. His dad was pretty fun to watch. I'm old as hell. Can't believe I'm talking about Antoine Winfield Jr. Now, let's get into the specialists here. And we talked about Bucky Irving as pictured here. And this dude, with the ball in his hands, he could do some things. So you've got Sean Tucker as the kick returner. You got Trey Palmer, punt returner. I accidentally had Bucky Irving in there. I'm not sure why, but luckily I got the right picture. But you got to watch out for this young man with the ball in his hands. But they can use Tucker there. Obviously, with the new rules, a lot of teams putting two back there. Trey Palmer, dude is skilled, so watch out for this return game. Can't wait to talk about these top matchups with you. But that is each and every position, what's going on. You see they've got a long snapper they just put on IR, Evan Deckers. So they brought back Zach Triner, who used to be there for a while. So, look, I'm going to keep you up to date with everything I can, but I know that was a lot of information at each position. Some of you just like to see the full list, right? I do too, but we're breaking her down. Now let's take a look at those lists. So here is the full list of 16 players they have on the practice squad there. You can see plethora, I think 9 there on offense, and then you've got the 6 there on defense, and then a special teamer. So that is their practice squad. Can elevate a couple of these guys per game. We'll see with their injuries if they need to do that. I will keep you up to date. And then, the IR, these are the guys that are already hurt, and you will not see on this upcoming depth chart, but those are the names we just went through. You can see the key. Anyone outlined there is a rookie. Anyone that is in red is new to the team. So that is going to be the theme here, and I will update this with injuries throughout the week. So you could see McMillan, the rookie, Bredesen, Barton. We talked about the pieces that they added here. So this is what their depth chart looks like. And look, man, a good offensive line, a lot of weapons. Baker Mayfield, a pissed-off team, a good coach. You never know what could happen. And this defense has had its struggles, and I would like to see, obviously this team still be as aggressive as they can, the Eagles, because, you're missing A.J. Brown, possibly Devontae Smith, maybe these guys can play, but I doubt it. So you've got the bye coming up. Probably going to try to keep these guys healthy. Who knows if we have Lane Johnson. So, yeah. Again, don't let this be the game that the defense finds itself, gets pissed off. That's not what we want. But you can see the couple of pieces they've added here. I think when we played them last, Christian Isian was the nickel corner. So, look, no excuses. I don't give a damn. who's hurt, who's whatever. This is going to be a tough matchup. These guys don't like each other. I'm looking forward to it. And then here's the special teams we were talking about. Bucky Irving and Tucker as the kick returners with Trey Palmer there. Got Cameron Johnson who can do both. Jalen McMillan there. So they've got some talented guys back there. Got to watch out for all of it. Not just offense, defense. We're looking at special teams as well. But that's all I've got for you tonight. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. You can always share this, subscribe to the channel. And look, everything you guys do, it all helps. The comments, everything, man. I really can't thank you enough. So any questions, any comments, score predictions, whatever's on your mind, I'd love to hear about it. And tomorrow we'll have another injury report, any kind of stuff I can get out there. Fan Friday coming up, game status report, top matchups, everything you need to know for this game Sunday at 1 o'clock. I will do my best to keep you up to date, but I really do appreciate you. Hope you're having yourselves a great week. Would love to hear anything on your mind. And if you got anything going on, doesn't have to be about the birds, dude, reach out. We were just having some great conversations at work today. Don't go through life alone, man. I've been to hell and back, and I just want to be there for you guys as you are for me. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great night. Stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!